Hello, welcome to today's lab. Today we are going to be working with enzymes. Now, I know in lecture we have talked a lot about enzymes, that they're basically proteins. That means that their structures are unstable at too high or too low temperature or pH conditions like that. So today in lab, you are actually going to do an activity that measures the impact of suboptimal conditions. Okay, so you're going to be working with the enzyme catalase and putting it under different suboptimal conditions. But before we do that, I want to show you guys that this is not just some abstract concept that we do in lab. This is actually something that we use every day. We take advantage of this concept in our everyday lives. So let me give you a few examples. Okay. So we are mainly focusing on temperature and pH. This is a picture of a bag of grapes that I accidentally left out on the counter before we went on a trip. And when I came back, it looked like this, okay? It was very moldy. It was covered in mold. I should have put it in the refrigerator. I completely forgot. Now, so what happened was it sat at room temperature for a few days. And in those days, the mold spores were able to grow really, really well. That's because the enzymes in the mold preferred this temperature, preferred the room temperature. So the enzymes had their optimum temperature. And so they were able to grow really well, the molds, and they made my grapes go bad. So we put food in the refrigerator to make it last longer because of the fact that when they are at suboptimal temperature, so colder than what that particular enzyme prefers, then the enzymes cannot work as well, and then the organism cannot grow as well. Okay, let's look at another example. Why do we have fevers? Usually we get fever when our body thinks it's under some kind of an attack from some pathogen. It could be a bacteria or something like that. Okay, now that organism that attacked you likes your body's normal temperature. So it likes 97.4 degrees Celsius or 37 degrees, 97.4 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius. So that's the preferred temperature. What our body does by raising the temperature is make the environment inhospitable for that organism, because at that higher temperature, the enzymes in that organism are at suboptimal conditions. And so they won't be able to work as well. The organism won't be able to grow as well. And that'll give your body some time, okay, to fight the infection. And so high temperature is actually our body's defense mechanism. So far we saw how colder temperature we use every day to keep food from spoiling. Our body uses higher temperature to give organisms suboptimal conditions. Think about pickling food. Okay, why do we pickle food? Things like cucumber. Now think about the taste of cucumber. It tastes watery, so it has a pH of around 7. So organisms that will make a cucumber go bad, like that pH 7, okay? That's the environment that they prefer. However, when you take a cucumber and put it in a pickling solution, which has got salts and spices and vinegar, one of the things you are doing is you are lowering the pH environment, okay? So you're lowering the pH, you're making the cucumber very acidic. And now the decomposers that like pH 7 won't be able to grow very well. So they won't be able to decompose the cucumber. Okay, so when we change the pH far away from optimal, you see that that can act as a way to preserve food as well. So decomposers cannot work if the pH is too low or if it is too high. So you are going to look at what happens when we boil enzymes, or what happens when we make the pH too low by adding acid or too high by adding base. Okay, so today you are going to measure enzyme activity under normal conditions, under optimal conditions. You're going to measure activity after you boil it. You are also going to lower the pH and raise the pH and see what the enzyme activity is like. And then you're going to analyze your data and see what the effect was of suboptimal condition on the activity level of the enzyme. All right, so let's get started.